Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Edith and today's video will be over a BBL update. So I had a BBL April 20th of 2022. I am about 10 months post-op. I did really well. I just want to let y'all know. I know I left YouTube for a few months, so I had people in my DMs asking if I was okay. I am okay. I promise you guys. I did very, very well. I was up and moving. I healed up very quickly. My incision points actually started to heal up like the next day, which some people find it to be an issue because they want to get like all the fluid out, like as much of the fluid out as possible. And honestly, I did not have an issue with it because I wanted to detox my own body using like my own immune system and my own lymphatic system. And so I just knew that I needed to continue to drink as much water as possible to get everything out. So I didn't mind my incision points closing. I never let anyone, like any of the massage therapists, reopen the incision points. I did a lot of research before I went to have the surgery to make sure that I wasn't doing any crazy things that may cause me to get any infections or may cause me to delay my own healing journey. It's like a speck of something. I did want to give you an update though, as far as like how my body is doing and how I feel about it, because I get a lot of comments asking if I'm content with the results. And I am going to say that, okay, I am happy. I'm so happy that I did this. It was a crazy journey for sure, but it was so worth it. I am so much happier in my own skin. I am so much happier like as a person in general. Now that you go through a roller coaster of emotions after you get this type of procedure, and thankfully for me, I have gotten to a point where mentally I'm stable and I'm in love with my body, and I feel like I look good. Although I have some work to do on myself and I have some work to do in the gym to maintain it and to make it better, I am so happy with my results because, as y'all know, the doctor can only do so much. So one thing that I will say though is, if you are gonna go have a surgery, make sure that you are in a, of course, like a healthy BMI, just to prevent you from having any further complications. Because the better your BMI, I feel like the easier it's going to be for your healing journey. However, I personally, from what I now know after having the surgery, I would say make sure that you are in a way where you're happy. Don't go over there thinking that because they're gonna lipo those areas, thinking that that's gonna make you happy and that that's gonna be your weight loss. They may take some inches off eventually down the road, but when you get lipo, you have swelling, you have fluid, so you're gonna feel like there's no difference whatsoever in the areas that were lipoed. Your booty, when you come out of surgery, is going to be swollen, more than likely, either swollen or some of that fat is going to eventually go away. Now we pray that as much of the fat stays, but then also like some of that may just be swelling. So regardless, your booty is going to, one, it's going to go down because at the beginning it may be swollen, and two, it's going to drop. So if you feel like at the beginning your doctor, that's why specifically the doctor that I went to, he is known for like the bell pepper look, because what he does is he'll put the fat on like a higher, like upper, like here versus down here. And the reason he does that is to avoid later on when your booty eventually drops, because it's natural for it to drop. When it drops, that's when it gets jiggly and it becomes like it's your own, and it becomes like, it gives you like that natural feeling to it, unless you get like multiple rounds, of course. But he puts it up there so that when it drops, it just looks like a heart or a peach. That's why if you see any doctors that inject the fat like on the lower level, I would stay away from those because typically that's where you end up with the issue of your booty looking like a diaper. Just know that when you go through the surgery, because of these changes that are happening to your body, um, you go through like this mental roller coaster of emotions, and that's the only way that I can really describe it. Because let me give you an example of how I felt personally. I After those, like the initial 3 months, you should not be working out, and for me, I made it a major point to basically baby myself through the recovery. Not majorly, because I feel like I was still moving around, still doing the things that I needed to get done. I did take off of work though. Like, I was like, I want some time off and I deserve some time off, so I took time off work. But um, after that time, during that time, I was not gonna go rushing to work out. I was not gonna do crazy things that I see a lot of people doing. I was not going to do any of that because my mom, she has 3 hernias that she's working on arranging with her doctors to now have surgery to get those removed. But hernias are something that can be really, really dangerous, and I didn't want to have any of that because that happened to her after certain surgeries, not anything cosmetic, but surgeries that she had. She wasn't able to take care of herself or like have downtime. So even like my family made sure to like constantly remind me, make sure that you're not doing this, make sure that you're not doing that. And for that reason, I was not doing anything crazy. Um, so through that time, I actually, and even when I went back to starting working out, I remember the lady that was doing my massages let me know, make sure that you're not doing anything crazy. Like you can go walking, but still stay away from jogging because your body went through a lot of trauma. So when you're doing that, your body is going to swell. When you're doing a lot of cardio, a lot of like crazy workouts, um, they may cause your body to swell up. So I was like, when you have a surgery, the last thing you want to have is swelling. Swelling can get really uncomfortable. So I stayed away from all of that, and I was doing walking and I was getting exercise in, just as not crazy as like I would typically go, because of course I'm trying to take care of myself and making sure that my body heals properly. Because of that though, and the way my immune system works naturally is if I even think about eating, I gain weight. You know what I'm talking about. If you're if you have a slow metabolism like I do, or if you struggle like hormones, then you know that it's super easy to gain weight. Because of that, I wanted to eat a certain way and make sure that I was not going to starve myself through this recovery, to help with the healing and also to feed those fat cells, because you do want to make sure that those stay with you. You do not pay all this money and go through all this just to lose it, right? So I was making sure that I was doing all that, but through the process, I've noticed that I gain weight in my face, I gain weight in my arms. I feel like well, actually, no, I'm lying. My boobs have gotten so much bigger. And I've noticed like in surgery groups, a lot of the girls say that, hey, don't get a mommy makeover because when you get a BBL, you end up like getting boobs too. Yeah, like mine were already big enough, but now they're much bigger. So that's why I'm like, okay, make sure that you are happy with your weight. Like, for example, if you're someone that's happy at your weight at 150, go have your surgery at 130 because you're going to gain those pounds back. And usually, like with what I've seen people talk about in like my own experience, it'll be 15 to 20, sometimes even 30 pounds that you'll gain after the recovery or during like the recovery process. If you came from watching my vlog, my surgery vlog, you saw who took care of me during my stay in Miami, and I highly suggest that you do not book with them. No, let me take that back, because I am the type of person that I don't like to bash anyone's business. I do think that I pay tons of money. I spend tons of money for them. It's like luxury care, but yet my cousin and my friend were the ones that were getting me up to take me to the restroom, and then after that, I ended up like on the second day that I also paid for care, I had to call Alex, the IV guy, to come and give me an IV. And as I'm laying there in bed, like feeling like crap, he let me know, okay, here's the IV that I'm gonna give you, which, by the way, that IV literally brought me back to life. Most amazing thing in the world. When I was getting that IV, I asked him, like, I'm feeling this way. I think I was like lightheadedness. I forgot the exact feeling that I was feeling after surgery. I think it was more like lightheaded and a lot of nausea. And I think very weak. And also, I was so nauseous that I felt like I couldn't eat anything. And of course, you're supposed to keep eating to get that iron back in your system and those calories back, because you lose a lot of blood. So he let me know to continue to take my iron pills. But I knew that. But the thing with iron pills with me is that they make me so sick. So he let me know, he literally sent me a photo of an iron pill that I could take that's slow release, and I never knew about this. So immediately after that, I sent my cousin to go get me these. I started taking these and I felt so much better. His IV brought me back to life. The pills that he told me to take made me feel so much better versus having to continue to force myself to eat. So because I had all this care from this one person that was with me for maybe an hour and a half through the IV, versus the people that I paid, what was it, like $2,000 to take care of me, that didn't make sense. And also I was told to buy an extra faja, which, you know, fajas are really expensive. I was told to buy an extra faja, which, now that I look back, it doesn't make sense to have bought that faja, because it was a faja that's the same, basically the same size as what the doctor gives you. And honestly, like, you're going through the process, and if these nurses are telling you do this, do that, it's because they have the experience in this field, because they've been working with BBL patients for a while. Well, it was pointless, because I could have just washed my faja and worn the same faja, because as soon as I landed back in Houston, I had to go, and I'm sure if you watched the vlog, you saw me go and get a new faja. And the faja that I got when I landed in Houston was so much different, and it was so much better compression that it even like relieved some of the discomfort for me. But I'm spending, not only did I spend all this money in surgery and caretakers and IVs and food and stays, but now I spent that extra $200 on a faja that was basically pointless. And even if they say, well, the point of the faja is for you to get into it right away and you don't have to wait for it to dry, there's not an issue with me being outside of my faja for the 1 hour or maybe the 30 minutes that it was going to take my other faja to dry, for me to be spending this type of money on a faja that is like pointless, because now those fajas are sitting in there and like I can't do anything with them. I can't even take them to go get altered, because they're not the type of material that you need for actual compression. That's just the faja that you just wear for like the first week. That's it. Anyway, rant over about that. If you want to know who it was, make sure you to go watch my other vlogs so that you know. However, the person that drove me, because it's two different companies. So the company that I hired and paid to be my caretaker, they hired the person that drove me back to the Airbnb, and that lady was a freaking angel. Oh my God. One, girl, did you see her body? Her body's like, girl, I want her body. But the way that she took care of me, the way that she helped me into that van with my heavy ass, she helped me in there. And when I got in there, as soon as I got in, I'm like, look, I think I need to eat something, because if not, I'm gonna throw up in here. And I'm the type of person that, like, I don't want to throw up in your car. I feel, even though like I'm going through so much trauma myself, I don't want to do that to somebody. Even though like they always have like baggies ready for you in case you need to throw up. I'm like, I don't want to do do that to them. And also, you don't want to do that to yourself, because you got incision points everywhere, and then your muscles contract when you vomit, and you don't. So right away, she gave me crackers and she gave me a juice, and like she literally held it for me, because mind you, like at this point, I'm literally laying on my stomach after surgery, like this, like I remember I felt like I couldn't even open my eyes, because it's just everything's so blurry, and it's just such a weird experience. So she went ahead and basically like fed me for a little while before she took off. Then we landed, and then we got back to the Airbnb, and that's where my cousin, she was on her way back from getting like my medications and all, and then my friend was sitting there waiting for me with the caretaker, and that's when they rolled me over. And also, like, did you guys see my vlog? Oh my god, I was laughing so hard, because I was literally looking like the Grudge with my hair and my face. But I'm like, so my friend, she was vlogging, so like, okay, that's why she didn't fix my hair. I don't blame her. But my caretaker, like, girl, you could have like fixed my hair a little bit, like show a little bit of love or empathy. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember seeing. So with that company, it's, the advertisement is 2 people taking care of you. I don't remember seeing either one of them. Yeah, I don't remember seeing them. From the moment that you guys see me get off the van, that's the only time I saw them. After that, I had another caretaker that arrived to take care of me through the night. And now she was the sweetest. She's so tiny. She's like this small. She's so tiny, and she managed to like get me up, get me like, I don't know. I feel like I kept asking for water or like help getting up to go use the restroom. But she was super sweet. And then the next night after that, I had another caretaker, and I think through the night I actually slept through the night, so I really didn't need her. But I did notice that she was super sweet as well. Other than that, I don't remember actually seeing the girls. But it makes me sad though, because I'm thinking, imagine if I would have gone by myself with the trust that I had hired 2 people to take care of me, and imagine if my cousin, my friend, weren't there for me that day. That makes me a little sad, because I know a lot of girls end up going by themselves, and they end up being scammed. They end up needing to go to the ER because they don't have the proper care, even though they're paying for the care. That makes me sad. Don't get into this business if you don't care about people. Please don't. Anyway, let's move on from that. I do want to show you guys my results. I'm so happy. If you were thinking of going to get surgery with Dr.NASSIF, then I highly recommend it. So I had initially gone on a consultation. I really liked that he was very honest with me. He was not, I don't appreciate doctors that, because you have like this goal in your head of, literally, I remember what I said to him, I want the smallest waist, the biggest butt. And he said, you're basically like, your rib cage is way too large for that. Don't expect your waist to be super tiny. I basically have to like waist train that, like for that to happen, right? Because naturally my waist, my rib cage is big. And he said, the way the muscle lays on your body is not gonna allow you, and also you have tight skin, not much flexibility, so we can only do what we can do. And I really appreciated that he was very honest with me. And it didn't come off as rude, it just came off as him being honest. And when you're getting a surgery this major, your doctor needs to be able to be honest with you at your consultation, and not like at the moment after you've already paid for your surgery and your flight and everything. You know what I mean? What I did, so they did a whole lipo 360, and I'm purposely not wearing my faja today because I wanted to be able to show y'all what my body's looking like right now. So I had a lipo 360, And also, you guys, I'm currently on my cycle, so I'm also like really swollen. So like, don't judge me, okay? Don't judge me. So I had a lipo 360 here. Oh man, I want to be able to show y'all, but I feel like people can see me because it's so dark outside because it's raining. So I had a whole lipo 360 here. All of this, all of this. Usually I look a lot more snatched, but on my period right now. And then I have a chunk here, but honestly, like once I get like my body sculpted, it goes away super quickly. So I be looking snatched. But I want to show you like the real and true. If you honestly, if you're gonna go have surgery, make sure that you plan on your aftercare. Like make sure you got money for that, girl, because like for example, if you used up all your credit for that to pay for your surgery, make sure you got money saved up for your aftercare. Because if you don't have aftercare, your body is gonna end up either looking funky, looking worse than what it did at the beginning, like before your surgery, or it's gonna go back to looking the same. I'm just being honest with you. Take good care of yourself. Spend and invest in the investment that you already made. So this is, I had a sculpting session this past weekend. So mostly like I'm experiencing a lot of swelling from like my period because I don't think that I'm experiencing swelling like from the surgery anymore, except for like my arms. I feel like I still have swelling there, and also my chin swells a lot. But I don't think my stomach has that. Okay, so here's what I'm looking like. So I got these underwear that are specifically, they have tummy compression here. And I like that because I have a little bit of loose skin. You see that little chunk there. But at the same time, they snatch you right where the waist is at. So typically, like, I'll look a little more snatched than this. I, however, ended up with a lot of loose skin here. And like, my tummy was like this. Like, I had so much loose skin. But guess what I did? I had a fibroblast session, which to my luck, my husband is the fibroblast technician here at my business, which if you're looking for one, it's in Houston, Texas. If you have questions about it, you can definitely email me at info@bodycontouring.doll. But he did a fibroblast session on me. In this, I think I could use one more and maybe even a third session to help with that. But this, you guys, I'm gonna insert a photo of what it was looking like. There was so much more loose skin here. And now you notice how like even like it looks more open. Yeah, it just worked so well. But because I had this done, I needed it to heal, and I think it took like 2 to 3 weeks for this to fully heal. I feel like you can still see the tiny little dots there, but through that time, I wasn't able to, I could still work out and stuff, but like the rubbing of the leggings was really uncomfortable. So I haven't worked out in the last 2 weeks actually. I'm gonna get back to it this week, but I haven't worked out in 2 weeks. That's also why I'm looking a lot more bloated too, because bro is looking snatched, except for right now that I gotta show you to my luck, right? But I got that done, but because I had the little thing here that needed to heal, I also haven't been getting like consistent sessions as well, like maintenance sessions of sculpting. But other than that, you can really, really sculpt yourself really well after you have surgery. Now, one thing that I like about these underwear, I'm gonna show you guys. So this is what the booty is looking like. Hopefully, but this is what the booty is looking like, and I wanted to show y'all. So these underwear are so perfect. Like I'm gonna link these underwears down below because they are not even uncomfortable. Because usually people don't like wearing thongs because they're uncomfortable, but these are not. They're so perfect. And then they have tummy control, which is perfect. But I want to show you. I have like, can you see my incision points? They're somewhere here. They're somewhere right here. But they healed up really well Um, this is, I feel like I'm struggling with the curtain because I don't want nobody to see me from outside, but my butt is looking you know, like I've lost some volume here over the recovery period because this used to be a lot more pokey right here. I've lost some volume for sure, but I have lost some volume before here, like for sure right here. And it also, when I got back from surgery, like my booty was like it was a lot of booty. So you do lose some volume, but honestly, if you guys remember seeing my before pictures, like I took a before video for this specific reason. Girl, this is a major difference. This is a major difference. I had no butt. I've always been the cousin and the friend with no butt. I've always had like big old thighs, but no butt. So I'm super happy, super happy. I want to talk about the recovery period because I think it's so important. And you better pay attention, and you better write this down, and you better listen to me, okay? Because you need to have a good recovery, and for you to have a good recovery, you need to invest in your aftercare. You are not going to believe the amount of clients that come to me like 6 months later, and they literally look like they've had nothing done. Because they had never had a massage, or maybe they did one and that's it. Why is that? Because massages are expensive. Post-op is expensive. You need a plan for this. You cannot go through this much money and this much pain and this much hassle. Because even the before the surgery is a whole journey. You cannot go through all of this and not take care of it. I'm sorry, but do not do that to yourself. Okay, you're doing yourself a disservice. And invest in the right fajas. No, I am not kidding. I'm not kidding. I have to be like completely like upfront and honest with you about this. Look, here's what you're gonna do. A month before surgery, get your body ready. Of course, you want to start like way before this because of all the pills you gotta take and all the exams that you have to do. But a month before your surgery, what I want you to do is make sure that you are detoxing your body of any like toxins, harmful things. For example, even sometimes certain caffeinated drinks. Some doctors will tell you don't drink coffee through this period, but even caffeinated drinks such as like Celsius, what's the other one? Red Bull, any of those drinks, detox from all of that. Get a, what is it called? Get an enema, I think that's what it's called, the one that they do through the booty, and get a detox. You don't want to do that invasive thing, then go ahead and get you a detox tea, detox your body, sweat a lot, go into a detox sauna, get you a membership at the detoxing, at the Hot Works, work on all of these things, clean out your body, do a lymphatic drainage massage, so that you can help to make sure that your lymph nodes are nice and clean and open. Get all those toxins out of your body. Don't be drinking alcohol a week before your surgery. Detox yourself, and that's going to help with the recovery process. So that's what we're going to do on phase 1. Let's call that phase 1. Phase 2, which is right after your surgery, you need a massage, you need lymphatic drainage. Some doctors allow you or like recommend that you do it the same day of. I honestly, because of how I felt so sick, I would not suggest it. Like, girl, no. But the next day, get your lymphatic drainage. You cannot skip on this. Next day, make sure you're on it. Make sure that you plan in advance to make sure that the post-op person that does these type of sessions is available for you. Don't go last minute, because more than likely either you're going to be charged out the ass for a last minute appointment or a squeeze me in fee, or you're not going to find somebody. Or if you do find somebody, they may not be able to come to you. And I'm going to be honest, the day after your appointment, it's more than likely that you're not going to want to go anywhere. So get you one after first week Actually, what I did is the first 2 weeks, I had a daily massage. I think I took a break so the first week I had one massage every single day the whole week. And then the week after that, I had a one massage every single day the next week. And then like Saturday and Sunday, I took those days off. And I think that's when we started doing like 3 massages a week. And then after that, 2 massages a week. And then phase 3, month 3, continue. If your body's not healing well, if your body's still swelling a ton, I would still suggest continue to do at least 2 a week. Now, if you're healing well, you're starting to feel better, that's when you can start going down to 1 a week. That's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. After the 3rd month, then you're able to go to a sculpting specialist that's able to do, if at that point you're able to do with therapy, like if you can handle it, then that's when you can start doing with therapy. You can start to, your specialist or technician can start to incorporate lipocavitation into your sessions, skin tightening. I would still suggest do 1 a week on the 4th month after your recovery. And then after this, that's when, of course, through this time, you can ask your technician or specialist to tell you how you should be compressing, teach you how to compress properly, because there's a proper way to compress, and there's a wrong way that you can also be compressing, and that can harm your results and make your results look super crazy. So get with them, whoever you're seeing, make sure that they are well educated in this in the post-op, because it makes a huge difference on how your body ends up looking after. So after this, you'll continue to do your maintenance, and then you get to a point where you're able to do just like monthly maintenance sessions. Now, just because you're doing your monthly maintenance sessions does not mean that you're no longer compressing. You should still be compressing. Honestly, the first 6 months, you should still be compressing. Even if at the 4th month you no longer feel like wearing all the compression stuff inside of your faja, okay, but you should still be compressing. It's so important. You want to sculpt yourself. If you don't if you don't help your body to sculpt, you may just not end up seeing like the ultimate results of what your doctor intended for you. And then at that point, that's when people start to say, well, he did a bad job on me, or he didn't snatch me enough, or through that time, like, you don't take care of yourself, so then you gain weight, and then you can be like saying, like me right now, like this is like swollen here because I also had chin lipo. I could be like, well, he didn't take out all the fat, blah blah blah, and no, it's your own fault. It's my own fault. Okay. Same thing with the arms. I have a lot of swelling in my arms still, because that's like the part that's like very like more harder for me to like massage myself. So I still have a lot of swelling in my arms, and I have a lot of swelling here. I do take really good care of my chin, but just sometimes like, girl, this swelling does not want to go away. But then also I drink a lot of caffeine, so probably not a good combination. I want to tell y'all how I made it through my recovery process, because I think in my vlog video I mentioned to you guys, I need to speed this up because I have a client coming shortly. Actually, let me check what time it is. Okay, so I actually only have 10 minutes left, so let me speed this up. So one thing that I did to help me cope with the pain is as soon as I realized I was waking up from surgery, first thing, thank God, thank you for allowing me to get this surgery I've been wanting for a long time, and I'm alive, I'm well, thank you. Second thing I did is I imagined that I was back home. You want to imagine a place that makes you happy. Like for me, what makes me happy is thinking about like cuddling with my son and my husband. That's what makes me happy, and my dog. So that's what I was imagining that I was doing, and it took me out of my own body, and I was okay. I did not feel any pain, not even through my massage. You have to do mental work and practice this before you get your surgery so that it's effective by the time that you need it. Most amazing thing in the world that I've learned is to master my mind, and I kid you not, If you ask me if I experienced any pain, heck no. So practice on that. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you have subscribed, and please let me know if you have any more questions, and I can go ahead and answer those in my next video. Be sure to follow us on our social medias. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Wait, before I go, just know that anything that I used and everything that helped me through my recovery process, I went ahead and listed everything below. It should be in my Amazon storefront, so be sure to check those items out. And I hope that you guys, if you're having surgery, be sure to take care of yourself, and I hope that you get the results that you've been looking for. I know it's a whole journey, so I do wish you the best. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.